Um, Now I would like to invite the next speaker. We have Mr. Ashutosh Shembekar. His talk is on UX's changing landscape in the pandemic. Briefly introducing Mr. Ashutosh. He is a manager with 14 years of experience in designing, managing, and marketing modern day digital experiences in B2B, B2C, and B2E. He has handled multicultural and multidisciplinary projects in B2B and B2C. He holds a master's degree in industrial design from TU Delft, Netherlands, and he's a certified usability analyst from HFI USA. He's an expert in applying user centered design and implementing UX strategies across various channels. And he has created excellent project deliverables. And he's a winner of the ACE Awards in the individual and team category. He has work experience, like 14 years of work experience, and his prior work experience includes working for Siemens Center for Automotive Research and Studies, to name a few. Now over to Mr. Ashutosh.
Sure. Thanks, Divya. Can you please confirm I am audible?
Yes. So can you
Sure.
share your screen?
Yeah. Let me share my screen. Give me a minute. Please confirm if you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen.
So, good evening, friends. And Divya, thanks for introducing. I think that was a little bit more serious introduction from my side, but I'll take all those credits. My name is Ashutosh, and I'm currently working as a uh, design lead for and studio lead for Accenture Experience Design Studio Pune. Though I'm designated as a manager, I probably would like to call myself more as a UX practitioner or experience practitioner. And when I'm going to talk about this topic today, I'm going to wear a lens of user experience practitioner, and I'm trying to understand what are those human experience values that will drive us to recover from this pandemic and adapt to the new normal, right? The views that I'm going to express as part of this presentation are strictly my individual views and not necessary they come from the organization that I belong. Before I get into my topic, I would first like to thank Pratiti, Divya, and the entire team for inviting me to talk about or share my thoughts. I'm really thankful for that, and it was very wonderful to listen to two of my friends who have presented excellent topics, and the topics were really detailed. I got a lot of good insights about artificial intelligence and the new ways that the new projects that Amon is conducting. Thank you, guys. Excellent presentation. Uh, the topic that I'm going to talk about is something little bit more on the broader side. So I hope that you will also share the same sentiments. And I felt that I bring this topic for the discussion because we all have gone through and actually still going through for around 90 days. And we are trying to recover out of it, right? So on the one hand, we see that literature about statistics, the patients, the care being taken, and how many countries are suffering, so on and so forth. So it makes all of us very sad, anxious, fearful, and little more depressed. But on the other side, when I try to read statistics with the good insights, I actually felt that I should share a couple of insights which makes me, and I hope it will also make all of you a little bit more positive. The first insight that I actually got is about it's a recovery phase. So I was reading through the architect, I was reading through a lot of documents, and it is actually a recovering phase because whatever has to happen has happened. We have understood the causes. We have started taking care of ourselves. So we are in the recovering phase. So the next step after recovery is always thrive for something really exciting. So that's first key insight that I wanted to highlight over here. The second key insight is that the forced lockdown, I'm sure, actually helped all of us to think through and think inside out. Now, the people who are finding this is very comfortable thinking inside out. I'm very sure that they are adapting to the new normal, and that is what I'm going to touch upon, right? Recovering from this one and adapting with the new normal, so that we all can combine and we all can bring a great human experience values going ahead. Uh, before I get into the topic, right, I just want to reiterate on the basic ground rules. I'm very sure we all are adapting, but I would still encourage, motivate all of you to share these thoughts across your friends, families, and societies, right? Let's have a safe, healthy, and positive mindset. Social distancing is the behavior, in my opinion. It's also a social discipline that we all should adapt to. Try to maintain hygiene, cleanliness wherever we go, wherever it is possible. Please take care of yourself, your family, and the entire society. We take care of the society, we take care of the nation, and ultimately we take care of the world, right? So let's move on to the topic and see what has happened and what could expect going ahead. Right? If you see the picture on the left side, it's a simple day or a day-to-day life, what we used to enjoy. Maybe an office world, maybe you're a student premise, or maybe meeting with your friends, relatives. Right? It was just so fun, for so much interactive and so much interactions, right? And with unprecedented speed and scale, with some micro level threat that has started, has suddenly become a global event. And now we are threatening one of the biggest challenges which probably we have seen in the last 2 centuries. What has happened? The entire planet is now masked, and there we are literally forced to be, socially isolated and trying to find ways to come out of it, right? This is the stage that we have gone through, and this is stage which was before recovery. So it's a sudden change, and that is why it is called as unprecedented speed and scale. And I'm very sure two of my friends who have expressed their thoughts, it's again a time to reiterate and reimagine that how this technology and some of the projects that we should align to serve better for the society going ahead, right? Now, whatever has happened, but now we are accepting the new normal, and we are accepting it with a lot of good attitude towards it, right? So we see that people are even including basic things like putting up the mask, taking care of social distancing, making sure that they take their health more seriously, right? These are all adapting changes that we are taking care. At the same time, we have also seen people are discovering their hobbies, or they are adapting to their hobbies, like maybe some house chores or uh, cleaning, gardening, cooking, right? So it is actually people have started enjoying with these particular aspects, and we have never seen spiked up stories that are flooded on Instagram, TikTok, and many other platforms, which has never happened in 2 weeks, 2 months time, right? So all these things I see is a really positive mindset that the society is throwing, and this is happening because we are accepting the changes and we are adapting ourselves to the new normal, right? The forceful lockdowns are actually people are working from home, and you can see that people are taking the leisure time to balance their professional life and personal life, right? Having said that, people started recovering. Let's just take a look at what expert has to talk about. The experts that I'm going to talk about may not be the only experts all over the world or globally. So there are a lot of product technology and platform companies. They are also taking care of their employees and their customers to a good extent. I felt that these experts are one of the leading digital consulting and strategy organization. So I thought I can just touch base on some of the thoughts that they're putting forward, and then moving on to my own interpretation, right? So what experts are predicting is there is a human behavior changes, right? The science of human behavior changes is already there. Probably a decade ago, it started, but now we all, as part of creative professional industry, we need to understand. We need to make sure that we build a strong foundation in delivering those experiences, right? Health first, some of the digitized operations, agile approach, so that with which we can put our services into the market, and rethinking about brick and mortar strategies that will be key to help organization to strive forward. What Accenture has to say about the 5 key human elements that are very important is that the organizations and the businesses are putting cost for the confidence, right? We have seen the cost of serve, cost of maintenance, and cost of many other things. But cost of confidence is something, the trend that I see coming up, right? Confidence building with all my end customers, employee and the end customers, is going to be a key aspect going ahead. whatever channels that I have, which we also call as omni-channel, we need to jump into those aspects and make sure we are serving our customers in a better way. Virtual century, we know that being virtual is not a new normal; it is already in the place. But now the winners will clearly stand out who actually understand the virtual importance of virtual connections and making sure that they take the right approach. Health businesses, yes, health and life sciences is going to be the leading in the industry. But at the same time, people will definitely look for health experiences in the services that they get. This is one of the very interesting, experience value that I come across, and I'm sure you all will believe people will definitely look for health experiences in the services that they receive. The fourth human value is the cocooning, right? We all are forced to work from home or go in the home, which we have adapted, and now the life and experiences around home, right? So going ahead, we all need to make sure that these experiences is from home and they will be delivered at home, right? And finally, the authority is something that across continent geography it will change, but it's about the reinvention of the authority, the policies and strategies that will come into place right from the top to down approach, right? I think these are very interesting these are very interesting thoughts coming from one of the experts. I also started looking into what Deloitte has to say, right? The five key elements that I also come across is we do understand our consumers as part of the human-centered and user-centered approach that we have. But now we also need to make sure that we understand the behavior and the changing behavior of the consumer and then start selling our products, right? The supply chain, which we felt that are the broken supply chain that we face, needs to make more digitized supply chain, and that should help to build an entire digital ecosystem, right? At the same time, when you are building this digital ecosystem, it is also important that data is stored, data is safe, and data is accessible, so that there is no gap and there is a continuity of the businesses. Reintegrating of the workforce, right? I must take care of my employee, my organization, my students, to make sure that they take care of my customers, clients going ahead, right? I need to actually reintegrate my workforce, re-energize them, and manage people, right? I will also try to give you one example how some of the organizations are thinking, right? The forceful nature of work from home is also becoming, as I think Amit has already discussed, right? It also becoming very productive for people, but it becomes productive on one side, it also becomes a wellness aspect on the other side, right? So companies have also started thinking about how to build a system, make sure that my employees are working from home with a safe environment from the software perspective as well as for the hardware perspective, right? So there are a lot of inclusive thought are going through, and various furniture aspects are also being considered by the organization which never thought about it, right? So I see these are all actually adapting to the new landscape just because they understand the behavior has changed, right? And finally, the digital investments needs to accelerate, and that is something very important. What McKinsey is also trying to say is that let us focus more on the care towards my consumers, right? Reach out to them with the support rather than pure marketing. Try to reach out to the customers, try to solve the last mile problems. I think we all have to solve these problems to a greater extent, right? And then make sure that these channels are available for the entire society. Finally, we need to make sure that we are building all the agile capabilities either through social media listening, and that will influence consumer insights. So this is something that I felt I wanted to share thoughts with this group in terms of what experts are predicting in terms of trends and directives. I will move on to the next session of my presentation. So as I said, right, we have gone through the challenges. We are in the phase of recovery. We have understood what experts are saying, and we are putting all those things together, and even the designers are adapting to this new normal, right? So changing behaviors and adapting to new normals, right? First, we need to understand the challenges. We need to revisit our consumers and users in a way that we first understand what are the challenges in terms of their individual health, the care aspects, then move on to the behaviors to make sure that we build a strong foundation post COVID-19 days, right? How our team is coping up with this is first that we all know that we are part of user-centered design approach, right? So it's important that we do a deeper research and execution as fast as possible, right? The themes that we are focusing currently is the theme about life centricity, right? There are millions of people who are in the isolation and they concern for their loved ones. Once you start addressing these aspects, we have seen a greater response from the people, and people are sharing their thoughts and very comfortable to be participative in the research. The strategies that we are looking towards is that what is the readiness to change, right? A brick and mortar strategy to the digital world, right? If you look at the typical stores that we have, they are not very friendly in the pandemic situation. So, what are the readiness? What are the willingness from them to change it to make it in store as well as social platform driven experiences? Loyalty and the trust, right? Years of association that we know with the brands and with the businesses will be strengthened if you try to address the last mile problems to that level, right? And the behaviors of people, sensitizing we all towards the proactive buying against the reactive buying, right? Whenever this pandemic news actually came into place, the people started towards the reactive buying. Reactive buying is that it's a forceful buying, right? You're buying masks and sanitizers and soaps and so on and so forth, right? That's the phase has gone. Then people moved into a proactive buying of healthcare and wellness products, and even we have seen the sharp growth of people buying the products that help them to survive in the work from home situations, right? So products of bread vending machines, roti makers, and so on and so forth. Why it has happened? It has happened because the people started adapting to the new normal, and it is more of a proactive buying that people have seen, right? So we are focusing on these research techniques to make sure that we understand the changing behaviors. What are the execution modes, right? There are tools. I'm not going to spend too much time on the tools, but if you are interested, you can touch base with me. And there are a lot of interesting tools that are in the market which actually help all of us to conduct research methods in virtual way. This actually helping us to get richer insights, and that too richer insight that too very economical way. It also helped all of us to move towards the larger audience because of the virtual way of connecting to it, right? I was talking to one of my colleagues in the APAC region, and the bigger countries which never imagined before is now actually building their capabilities really stronger in terms of user research, just purely because it is possible to conduct virtually. And at the same time, we all know, right, the basic principle of fruitful research is that when the end user is in a comfort zone, he's willing to share more of information. That is actually really giving a greater insights uh, uh, for from the research perspective. Yes, so it's a change world. We are recovering, and it's a change world for designers. What I said before is that uh, we have gone through some of the expert talks. We have gone through how the research is really helping us. Now, the next section of my slide is about my own interpretation. This interpretation is based on some of the trends that I've seen and the trends that I've also come across. One of the leading digital design agency, the name is Fjord, and they have come up with the trends for 2020. Now, when I look at those trends, probably those trends are before COVID situation. They still become so relevant even pre and the post COVID situation. So the first three elements that I'm trying to highlight over here are the key drivers going ahead for the experience value creation. And the next two factors that you see, digitalization and local engineering, are the ways that we can tackle some of these elements to deliver a human experience values, right? The first important aspect is health first, care and connect, right? Consumer needs is to take care of themselves, and there are ways that we need to connect with them, right? Now, for example, right, it is very important that the brands who are approaching humans, they're approaching very basic is that contactless operation to make sure that it is safe, it is reliable, and people will adapting to it, right? And that will also help us to solve the last mile problems. What is the sentiment in the market? Sentiment obviously in the market is I must have to take care of myself and I have to take care of my families. When you look at these sentiments, what actually triggers you is that you have to take care of your consumers in the immediate way, and what are the things that can come as the long-term solutions, right? Immediately, as you see, right, you have masks and sanitizers, even the operation companies who are taking care of your electronic and electrical appliances, they're advertising to make sure that, the safety first for consumers. Why it is important? Again, to build the trust and loyalty with the customers. Right? Long term, it is very important that we move towards the touchless operations. There might be interesting voice and gesture based interfaces. I'm not sure how many of you have seen, but there is a video from Bangalore International Airport. They're already putting it that, how is the touchless operation for an onboard airport air journey. And so you can see that, right, how organizations are responding in a quick, faster way to make sure that they first take care of the consumers with the health as one of the most important aspects to it. Right? Uh, Tesla, you must have seen that, right? It's a touchless test drives and touchless buying experiences. I was talking to one of the designers, and he said just with a simple pop-up that comes on the screen, which says that uh, you know uh, we are actually taking care of our products. We are sanitized our cars. Would you like to go for a test ride? Right? Just with a simple that pop-up creates a value towards organization, and it creates an experience value for the designer, for the end consumer, because it takes care of the safety, which is the most important thing. Right? So it is important that we all must connect to consumers, try to adapt to the technology of probably geofencing, and make sure that we are actually addressing their problem by taking care and connecting it with the new ways. Social distancing, right? We know that the healthcare professional, they are advising us to maintain a safe distance to avoid a viral transmission. But the connected and the community loving humans, they have to find a way to make sure that the safe distancing is equally enjoyable. So they're trying to find a ways to virtual connect and a social connectedness. To me, it's an irony where, in India, with a billion population, the social gathering is just our day-to-day activity. So moving from social gathering to social distancing, it's not that easy, right? So we as a creative professional, we need to make sure that what are the ways that we can introduce to make sure people are adapting to the social distancing and they yet feel connected towards their loved ones. What is the sentiment that is going through? The sentiment is going through that house is the safest place. Now, if you look at particularly over here, right, I love this one, and I think this is also acknowledged internationally. Right? It's a very simple innovation. You just put a simple demarcation, and you see that the social distancing is being followed at a very simple grocery stores. Right? This is very well acknowledged all over the world, and so I call it this as an immediate, uh, addressal from our society towards adapting social distancing. Right? We have also seen the money changes. Money changes means how the payments, right? Hard cash is moving towards the digital payment gateways, and this is an immediate effect. So even if you go to a very simple sabji vendor, these days he's following a digital payment gateways, right? Which was eventually in the market, but that has gone really boost up because of this situation. So this is something that is coming up as a very immediate aspect from our world. But looking long term, right, organizations are actually adapting to right from the research to supply their services or product as far as possible virtually. Right, there are tools where you can conduct virtual design thinking workshops, research to get richer insights from your consumers, and then ways that you can address their last mile problems. Right, yet try to maintain the social connectedness. Students, kids, I'm very sure you are discovering the new norms in terms of getting a virtual lessons. This is something also has triggered. Now when we have an audience or the target group, which was not ever really imagined as a primary target group, right? The kids sitting in front of the laptop or the kids sitting in front of the mobile phone is equally challenging for all of us to look at it and come up with a more sustainable, more pleasurable, more understandable experiences for this new set of target group that has been added. Right? So it is very important that consumers, I'm very sure, end users, they will expect the experiences that will keep them safe and yet connected with the loved ones. Right? As I said, you've never seen the stories which have really boosted up maybe through Instagram and other social platform where people started sharing maybe their recipes, cooking, and even having a virtual coffee connect. And this trend is going to continue, and we need to make sure that this social connectedness is also actually bringing a great value to the society. My third element that I wanted to talk about is the life centricity. Right? When I was going through various trends, the trends which are actually technology boosted trends that we see as clearly interesting going ahead, right? The trends of digital twin or digital body, which is also called as virtual bodies, right? At the same time, money changes, uh, uh, walking barcodes, right? Day by day, your physical features are getting recognized in the virtual world or in the digital world. You are just acting like a barcode, walking barcodes all over the world, right? The growth models, society is changing, right? Just the profit making is not a clear cut winner for any organization. The clear cut winner is the value of experience that organization is building, either for the end user as well as for the society, right? So we are actually seeing a paradigm shift from human centered, user centered design towards a little bit more ahead. So we call it as shifting from me to we, right? And this is what we all have to understand. And this also becomes very relevant because we see that there are major challenges that organizations have faced, either in terms of human resource, and they are now making more careful and smart investments. So we, as part of creative professional, we need to bring designs that is actually addressing need of a life in total, right? The loyalties and the brand values will be a key factor when we consider we, right? When we make sure our products, our services are solving the problem as human-centered design, but not limiting to that in general, in total, right? How it is sustainable, is it actually is it actually adding value to the society? How environment friendly is the product? Are we actually taking care of the environment? And what is the entire ecosystem looks like, right? So this is what a clear paradigm shift that we see from me towards we, right? So we are actually moving towards addressing uh, uh, those phenomena, right? What is the sentiments for this particular uh, thing? So the sentiments is I choose to buy from socially responsible brands and with affordable options, right? If you see over here, uh, there are many more examples. I just see one example from the Bangalore-based startup studio, right? I see excellent examples, even in Indian context, a lot of product design studios, they are coming up with a face shield, right? To make sure they immediately address the societal challenges. And what they are doing is they are proudly saying that we have cut down the discovery phase and we moved into actual validation with the end users or policemen or healthcare professionals, right? In the long run, it is very important that we understand the behavioral science, and we see that, right, Gen Z, millennials, boomers, and try to understand their behaviors and then come up with the solutions. You'll be surprised to see the generation of boomers is less concerned about the cost cutting against generation millennial or Gen Z. That is a trend coming up, right? When the pandemic happened, these generation cut down their expenses on the brands and things like that, and they actually moved into a safer zone. So all those things, right? It's not easy. We need to keep adapting to these particular behavioral changes, and we need to make sure that we understand that that will actually help brands, right, to decrease the cost to serve and increase the value of experience, right?
Sir, I'm
Digital,
sorry to hello,
sure,
sir.
sure,
I'm sorry to
yeah,
interrupt.
sure.
We're running short of time, so you will have to wrap it up.
Sure, sure, sure. I have two slides. I'll quickly move into this.
All right.
Thanks for reminding this. So two key factors in which I see is the digitalization, right? We see that as Amit was mentioning, right, artificial intelligence virtual world is something that we must take care, we must put into the market to address various solutions. But at the same time, we need to make sure that it's not just the age group, but the new set of a new start of the society is forced towards the digital platforms. So we need to make sure that how do we balance and understand their challenges and make sure that we have a more digitized touchless operation going ahead. And last factor that I want to talk about that is the local options, right? The major challenge in the pandemic that the forced lockdown for several weeks, the broken supply chain actually helped, and we see as an opportunity to which make sure that we go even for the local. With the central policies getting strengthening for the local businesses, we must make sure that, as a designers, we adapt to that and build a strong ecosystem, contextual and locally strong, right? We have seen that testing kits which are developed locally has actually helped to recover from, the testing trauma that the country has gone through, because the we are totally relying upon importing them. So these are all important aspects, in my opinion, that are clear distinguishing factors going ahead. In respect of time, I know it is a very, very vast topic and everybody has a lot of things to share. I felt that, I can just touch base with the expert talks. I touch base with some of my, my own insights, and, couple of ways that we can actually going and achieve this new normals. So thank you all. Thanks for your patience. And I hope that we all will have a positive mindset and let us all sprint together for the well-being. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask. Okay. There's a question that says, thank you, Ashutosh. Could you share the reference link for spending analysis as you mentioned?
Sure, I will do that.
Are there any more questions? Okay, I think that's about it. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your presentation. I think it was very interesting and very relevant to what's going on today.